guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to show you what the application process entails to apply to Unisa. So I'll be sharing my computer screen. I just want to put emphasis on this. The person I made up in this is not real. The contact details are not real. You will not be able to reach me that way. I tried to explain it during my voiceover, but I didn't think I did such a good job. But just know that the person I applied as is not a real person. At the end of this video, actually, I'm going to show you guys what your application should look like. I did not submit this application because it wasn't real. Also, I'm going to show you what your acceptance letter looks like and where to send your proof of payment to and what that should look like and what that email should say. And yes, so I'll be showing you my acceptance letter. I went back and I searched for it. So I'll be showing you guys that. And yes, let me know if you have any questions about this. And let's get into the video. So obviously one of the first steps we're going to do is we're going to Google the Unisa site just to open it. If you have never been on the Unisa site, this is what it looks like. I mean, I'm going to leave this linked below, but honestly it's really obvious to find. So you can see apply, register, or my Unisa. So we're going to go to apply. After you've been accepted, we'll go to register, and then my Unisa is the backside that I've shown so many times that you could see. So we're going to go for undergraduate application, and we're a first time student, or you can say recurring student, but we went into first time. So we're going to start the process for applications for 2022. So it's quite simple to see. They give you 5 steps there to follow, and then they tell you what's new for 2020, and then just what the selection process entail and how to apply basically. But that's also why I'm here, so easy peasy. Something important that I want to mention is in your application, you will be applying for 2 courses because it's not necessary that you will get accepted for both. So it will be your primary one that you really want to do, and then you'll pick a second option if you do not get into your first course. I just think that that's really important to mention, that nobody else actually told me when I applied, so I really just want to gear up for the best and successful application you can do. Okay, so we'll be going to the first step. That was like the pre-step. So we'll go to processing, and then they'll just make sure, are you sure you know what to do? Are you ready to do it? Do you need further help? Do you need more time to think about it? Are you actually in this to get your degree? Like, they tell you the different ways of learning, as you can see on the site. Obviously I'm doing the open distance learning like most people are currently because of the big C word, and also that's just what I prefer because I'm working full time. So then they just explain to you that it's like a big commitment and you need to take it seriously, and how much time you need to put aside to actually study. So once we've done all the prep and reading through, we will be going to apply now, and then they will take you to the career counseling just to make sure that the level of qualification and what you're thinking of doing is actually suited for you. But I think that's a discussion for another day, and that's really something you've thought hard about before even trying to apply. So I'm sure most of you guys know exactly what you want to do. Okay, so the next step will be to choose the school or the level of qualifications we would want. You'll see there, find the base of a qualification. There is education, human science, laws, ecom, accounting science, and then you could also just set it by advanced certificates, diplomas, bachelor's, advanced diplomas. So we're going to go to the education, and then you can just see all of the qualifications you'll be able to receive when you do education. So we'll be scrolling down and you'll be seeing all of that. So as you'll see, I'm be going to bachelor's in education in the intermediate phase, and once we click on it, they give you information about the course. So they say you'll have to complete it in 10 years. They give you the course code, and then they give you all of this little information you need, like admissions requirements, study fees, application, registration, and the curriculum. So there's just general information about the admissions requirements. you'll see you have to get a specific mark in your matric exams or points, or I don't know, to be able to qualify for this. So you have to make sure that you meet those requirements. I mean, you can't expect to get into a university and you're getting below 25. So that's really important. And then the application fee is 120 Rand. You pay this. This is non-refundable. If you get in, if you don't get in, this is what you pay. At the very bottom, you'll see the curriculum modules. These are divided into levels that I will show you as well. And I go through all of them, but just we'll be going to the second step and we will start. So we're going to say undergraduate qualification, and we do not have a student number because we are a new student. So I completely just made up a student, guys. Please don't stalk this person. This is not a real person. So if you try, you're not getting far. So first name, last name, and then the year you were born. I obviously took my birthday, I think. I'm not quite sure. Yes, that's my birthday. I entered there. So this is just to show you guys. So this is the general information you'll put in. So we will say we have completed matric. So it's quite simple to apply for this. So you'll first see we decided we're going to the College of Education, and then we're going to say we're going to do bachelor's degree, and the first one we're choosing is intermediate phase. And yes, I just wanted to make sure that's where I clicked. Intermediate phase and foundation phase. This is what I meant with you are applying for 2 qualifications. So you have your first choice and your second choice. Make sure your first choice is actually your first choice, because that's the one they would actually send you to if you get qualified or if you get accepted for this. Okay, so the next step, we're going to fill in our details once more. So once again, I made up all of these details. This is not a real person. I tried to keep the numbers quite general. I kind of screwed up with the ID number because I didn't really click. I had like a dorf oomlik. Well, I didn't really click the date of birth, and the first few digits of the ID number should actually match. So you'll see me putting it in for a second time as well. You see, there it is. So I changed it. And then the next step is obviously more details. This would be your contact details. Make sure you put the correct details in, obviously, otherwise Unisa will not be able to get a hold of you. You will not know if you're accepted. No communication will be given through to you. So obviously make sure you don't change your number or your email or anything. If you're thinking of changing it, change it before you do your application, because it's really critical for them to get a hold of you. Later on, I will show you the emails I have received from Unisa on my private email address. When I applied 2 years ago, was it, I'm thinking it was 3 years ago, just to show you what the letter looks like when you get accepted. And then you have to, obviously, if you get accepted for both your qualification, you will have to decline one. So I will show you how I declined one and how I accepted the other one. And then, of course, the student fees. Okay, so on this page, we are just filling in our postal address. This is where they will be sending our all of our information to, and packages and books and study material to. I do have a video where I open study material if you are curious what it would look like when you receive it. I did have a little bit of trouble getting my postcode. Okay, so once again, I just made up an address. You'll see the person, the fictional character I created, Carla, her name, her street, everything is the same. So do not send stuff to that address. You will not be getting a reply. So obviously the next step is just a little bit about ourselves more. So your language, are you a twin, your nationality, your population group, your occupation. Once again, I made this person up, so none of this is true. You guys will see there's some bizarre things that are actually complete in this form. Obviously, the things you apply for needs to be the truth about you. And the next step is all about our previous education. So the last grade you had, the last marks you had, the year you matriculated, the year you stopped going to school, the year you got your diploma, all of those good stuff is next. So the next step is to fill in all of the qualifications, or not qualification, all the subjects you took on school. You'll see I'm struggling to spell that day when I actually recorded this. So I kind of just made up subject, not made up. I kind of had to think hard about what subjects there were in school because I could not remember for the life of me. Obviously, I have to take math, Afrikaans, English, and life orientation, but I kind of forgot that life orientation was a requirement. So yeah, and I kind of just made up marks, as you will see. Just don't copy this. This is how you should fill it out, but with your own marks that's on your matric certificate. So on the next step that's busy loading, you'll just see them asking you if you have a laptop, a desktop, phone, internet access, just to be able to communicate and receive Unisa details and actually do assignments. And that's one of the last steps. Obviously, you'll see on the next step, they just go through terms and conditions with you, but that's basically what we did on the first two pre-steps. And then you just say, I agree, and then you say submit application. I'm not going to submit this application because this is not a real person, and this person does not exist, and they are not applying to Unisa. Please do not cancel your applications. You'll have to say continue or apply application. I can't remember what the button said, but fill in your details and apply. So that's basically the application process. You will just click proceed, and then you'll send them the proof of payment separate. I have a clip of that. I'll put it here to show you guys what it looks like. Obviously, you just send the email. I'll leave the email address here to who you send it to, and you just put in your proof of payment and you say, here's my proof of payment. And this is what the acceptance letters looks like. This is what it gets sent to you. This is basically what it says if you get accepted. This letters gets emailed to you once the application dates have closed, so you won't get it during those dates when it's open. It takes a while for them to get through all of the application, because you can think for yourself that there's so many students applying. You'll have to wait and see what happens. So just be patient. They will tell you. They will not tell you if you didn't get in. So just have faith, and I hope you all make it. And that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, please leave them below. I answer every single comment or every single question I get, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.